Hello everybody, welcome to another speedrun game against Dispo Van Uncle, rated 1453. Let's see if we can get some type of stonewall setup. No, he does some type of gambit. I guess we'll just accept and see what he has in store. Let's find out what this guy's opening is and let's just play normal game. So why is he thinking? I feel like we just walked into his prep on purpose and he still doesn't know what to do. So he brings the bishop out. Doesn't create a threat. I'm going to bring my knight out and create a threat when he can't develop his knight to his favorite square and defend. So he plays c6 to protect the pawn. But that takes that square away from his other knights. Now his knights have more passive squares to go to. In the meantime, I'm going to develop my other knight. Just a normal move, normal game. We won't do anything crazy just yet. So he brings out his other bishop before his knights. Creates a pin, but not a real threat. You could just break the pin with bishop d2, normal move. There's interesting queen d4, which helps prepare long castle after bishop d2. Also hits his bishop. Also can swing to f4, which is a weird square, but I like it. So I'm going to go for this active developing move for free when his knight cannot harass me. And I'm taking a very aggressive position with that queen. And I'm hoping that he can't kick it around effectively. So he could start with c5, but queen f4 hits his bishop. Maybe we even follow up with aggressive g4 move. So he does hit it. hit it. We can't take the pawn because of the pin. But our plan was to go here anyway on him hitting us. So everything's going according to plan. We're now attacking his bishop. We can develop for free with a check and castle quickly. That's another option. We're still up our pawn. I guess he's never trying to take it back. Or I don't know if how this works for him as a gambit. Is he supposed to try to take it back or not? Okay, he just goes pawn grabbing, which I feel like cannot be the right thing to do. So what's the best way to punish this guy? Well, I don't see how it hurts to throw in this free developing move. Check. Okay, now that's in there. Could just castle. Do we have something more energetic? Like, what if we threaten mate in 1? He's obviously not going to fall for it. E6 doesn't really work. So if we go here and he just lifts his queen, I mean here and lifts his queen. Then e6, and he takes with the pawn. I don't really see it. I'm just going to castle. I really like our position, so. Okay, he goes and takes our knight, which I also think is not the right decision. But it does relieve some pressure for him off of the center. But now we have the only dark square bishop, and we have a square to put it. I don't know. I don't think it was, I mean, I'm happy to see that. He still can't develop his knight here. We still have our queen in an annoying forward position. He moves the bishop again instead of developing new pieces. Threatens the knight, which doesn't matter. Protects the pawn. It's a little weird. We could move our knight, threaten mate in 1, and the bishop, and the pawn. There's also rook d1. There's also bishop a3. So out of these 3 moves, there's always weird move e6, but I don't really want to play it. So out of these 3 moves, well, 2 of them come for free. So let's start with this one. Connect our rooks to complete our development. We'll do it for free when he can't play the b pawn forward because his knight would hang with check. Then we can try the other free move if we want. We could also put a rook to the d file if we want. There's a funny move c4, but he doesn't have to take or push. So black is in serious trouble. He's currently not down any material because he took that pawn back, which equalized his pawn that he sacrificed. But we're already castled, fully mobilized. He's 2 moves away. And he has to respond to threat, so he doesn't have time. And after he responds to 1 threat, we'll make another one and another one. So is he going to give us this pawn? Maybe he sacrifices it and just develops his knight. But no, he makes an entire move with it, giving up the center, which is a much worse decision than giving up the pawn. Okay. I mean, so now we have the extra option of jumping in here, which is tempting. But knight g5 is also tempting. Our bishop is a beast, and he doesn't have a dark square bishop, so black is going to lose. His position is terrible. But where do I move my knight? Here? Or here? If I go here, I'm threatening mate in 1. If he just goes knight to this corner, defending that, we could take the bishop and the pawn. If we go here and he plays f6, I mean, that can't be good. Again, if we take this, he has to take. We take. I mean, that has to be terrible for him. If he moves his queen, he can't go to the dark squares because of our bishop. If he goes to d7, I guess we could just still take the bishop and the pawn down every line. Now, if we go here and he retreats the bishop to protect the mate and the bishop, we go e6, he takes. We could take. I mean, it has to be bad for him too. If we go to the center and he just moves his rook over, is it that big a deal? Plus, it would also block our rook. So although aesthetically pleasing for sure, by far the most aesthetic move is putting it in the center. I think knight g5 is the real move. My opponent left the game. I guess he didn't want to wait for me to figure out how to checkmate him. I don't know when he left, how long he's been gone. He has 24,000 games from Mozambique. And his bullet is 1600. His blitz is 1750. So those are much higher rated than his rapid. So we're facing an even stronger player than we're supposed to be at this rating, probably. But he couldn't take the heat, so he left. Or he has a terrible Mozambique internet connection. We will not know unless he comes back. In any case, we can claim the victory in 50 seconds. And even if he doesn't come back, he's kind of lost. So look at our lines. They intersect, coordination squares. His king is in the kill zone. So he should lose this game. In contrast, his lines don't intersect, kind of random, no kill zone. Coordinated and compact. See the difference? It's not like one here, one here, one here. So this guy gave up, but he doesn't know how to resign. He just leaves. So you see all across the world, doesn't matter the country, losers abound. Claim victory. Okay, analysis board. So we go for a Stonewall setup, but then he does this. Does this have a name? Not that I see. So whatever, free stuff. Development center for free. Development center. Development center for free. Says we're about a pawn better. Forced move for free. And even though he took his pawn back, it still says we're a pawn better. And I just much prefer white's position also. Even if the engine said it was equal, I would much prefer white. Now I just develop for free. And king safety and development. He takes a forced move. And it goes from like an equal playable game, where I would rather be white, to over +2 and higher from here on out. So instead of developing a new piece like 97, which makes the most sense, preparing castling, he moves the same piece again when I wasn't attacking it. And it's not for free because he's not creating any threats. So in a position like this, development's important, tempo is important. So he gives me all the time I need now to activate my pieces. So bishop a3 is the best move, along with e6, which I was always looking at, but never quite sure how to follow up. But I guess 95 was the follow-up. So e6, and then no matter what he does, 95, pressuring this. And f7. Yeah, that's true, actually. Could have done that. But just as good as bishop a3, which is what we did. There was other moves I was considering. Yeah. This. Also strong. But anyway, we just developed for free. Good enough. He pushes, which I knew was worse than hanging the pawn. The eval goes from 2.2 to 4.6. So his position gets twice as bad when he lets us take over the dark diagonal, and there's nothing he can do about it. We find the best move. It is knight g5, not knight d4. So right now we're +5. If we go in the center, +4.5. So still a good move, aesthetically pleasing, but we found the stronger move. Wait, what? Knight g5. Yeah, so why does it go down? What? It says it's the best move at +5, and then when I make it, suddenly +3.6, which makes no sense. Oh, okay, now it's +5. It recalibrated. And now this guy resigns, so the game is over. But it's +5, so the game was over regardless. So what does he do? Let's say he retreats, which I thought was his best move to try to defend the pawn and the bishop. I mean, you could do whatever you want. E6 was like the thing I was thinking of on my radar. Don't know how he responds. You're threatening to take. If he takes you, possible you can collapse him and then give this check, and maybe there's some mate or something. Or you win his queen, who knows. In any case, he was toast, and he knew it. So, good luck in your chess. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.